on, dude?
It's shaking, man.
Nada. Day be done.
Week be done for you.
Week be done. It's my Thursday, Friday.
You lucky dog.
Friday. So no show tomorrow, but today we have a show.
Yeah.
So welcome everybody to the commute.
I will be your driver.
And I will be your passenger. Let's see. Where should we start today? Here's a cool one. Soy sauce.
Okay.
You like soy sauce?
Sure. Yeah, I like soy sauce.
Doing a lot. There's a molecule in soy sauce that they're thinking can treat HIV. The company that, or I should say a company that makes it, Yamasa, in 1988, they got together a group of scientists to research how the immune system responds to a variety of chemicals found in just all different types of foods. And in 2001, they discovered there's a molecule in soy sauce called EFDA, and they think that can treat HIV. The molecule prevents HIV from replicating itself, which I guess is how it spreads and how it gets worse. Let me see where I'm at here. There's 8 other common drugs they use to fight HIV right now, and every single one of them you eventually build up a tolerance to.
Right.
And you either have to start taking more of it, or you have to step up to a heavier drug. One of them that is more effective. Well, this EFDA they think could work because it activates in your system easier. It doesn't break down in your liver or kidneys as easy. And one of the most common drug is tenofovir, Tenofovir. Well, this EFDA works 10 times better than that drug in bodies that have HIV that don't have a resistance to the tenofovir yet. However, if you have grown a resistance to that drug, the EFDA works 70 times better. So it works better in your system if you've already built up a tolerance to this other drug.
Right.
And
so you can start you off on that.
Yeah, and they're thinking that you also won't grow a resistance to this as easy as the others. They're not sure yet. But I thought that was pretty cool that through all that, just from getting a group together.
Hey, what the hell has Magic Johnson been taking that? I mean, that guy's been HIV positive for like 25 years. Well, I guess that's the difference. He's HIV positive. He doesn't have AIDS.
Well, he doesn't have AIDS, right? And that's what this is. This is saying HIV, not AIDS. But he, well, they said they can't even find it in him anymore. He's not even positive. They said he can't find it in his system. He shows up as being negative. Now, how can that be? Was it just one bad test and then he thought he had it?
I can't imagine. Went through all those.
But that's the weird thing. He's never come out and said what he's done.
Right.
How come today the question still is, what did he do?
Right.
How come it's not, hey, this is what he did. Let me tell you what, if I ever found out I had HIV, I would say, whatever you did to Magic Johnson,
do that up for me.
You're doing it for me. Now, of course, I bet I don't have the money.
That's all right.
To do what he did. Because you got orange cone.
Stand in the fucking road.
Fucking do whatever you want with an orange cone. I'm going to do that one day. We're going to do a show from the middle of the road.
Yeah.
Just set up orange cones, camera, microphone.
Yeah. Fucking cop a squat there.
But anyway, the EFDA is found in one of the flavor enhancers that they use for soy sauce.
Oh, okay.
So, check it out if you have HIV.
Yeah, but don't just
drink soy sauce.
No,
you gotta.
It's not gonna.
But tell your doctor
solve your
problem.
want
the EFDA treatment.
Right.
Have you ever seen how they make soy sauce?
No.
Pretty cool. Pretty neat. I'll have to see if I can find the show I was watching where they go through it. No, it was how it's made. And it's kind of like liquor. Like when we went to the stave, you have so many pounds of mash that turns into a little tiny bit of liquor or soy sauce,
like extract.
But it was a pretty cool process. And of course the machines they have to do it are really cool. But it's a cool process. Let's see. Ooh, we got a nice list today.
Yeah, it's really one thing that just goes on.
One story.
Yeah, the last
Shall we do it?
thing of the day. Oh, we can if you want.
All right, let's do this day in history. May 8th, 1945. Great Britain and U.S. celebrate VE Day. Victory in Europe. Never heard of it. I guess that's the end of the war, end of World War II.
In Europe, yeah.
Do they still celebrate it today?
It didn't say that, no. I guess some people would, but other people didn't.
Just depends what part of Europe you're from.
Yeah. Or if you're from Russia. Russia celebrates it, the Soviets celebrated on the 9th.
Oh, okay.
Because they still had conflicts going on during that time, and actually 600 of their soldiers were killed in an action like that day, so not quite the same victory for them.
May 8th, 1963, Sean Connery stars in his first Bond movie, Dr. No.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Bond movie?
My favorite Bond movie? Well, I mean, to me,
or are they just all the same?
No, you got to pick the Bond that was most popular, like when you were growing up, like when it was the ideal time for you to consume a Bond movie.
That's so for what it is for me.
So for me, it's GoldenEye. But that's, you know.
See, for me, it's, I hope I'm getting it right, A View to a Kill.
Oh, okay.
Is that the one with,
That's,
what's his name as the villain? Christopher Walken?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite one because that was one of the first ones I saw. Mm-hmm. It was on cable every day.
That was one of the first ones I saw, but of those, I liked, what's his face better than Roger Moore. Roger Moore was the one that I always saw when I was a kid, but I liked...
You like Sean Connery better?
No, I mean, Sean Connery, it was alright. I think
those
I liked...
Ones, I guess because they're older, they're a little more boring.
It's a different type of humor, you know? It's
right.
Like, I don't know. It's just... It's aimed at a different demographic, like, entirely. Like, it's just not meant for...
Sounds like it wasn't meant for America.
Yeah, not meant for America, not meant for whatever, you know. It was... Nah, because some of those had, like... Those are the ones where they had, like, the CIA guy.
Yeah.
It was always the American CIA guy.
What do you think of the new ones? What's his name? Craig.
Yeah, Daniel Craig. I really like Daniel Craig, but I haven't really liked the newer movies. No. Not really.
I like him because he's more badass.
Yeah, but...
And that's how Bond is in the books. If you read the Bond books, they're more like these movies.
Right.
You know? I don't know if it's because you can make movies like that now. You know, it would have been harder to pull off back then.
You know what? But to me, like, if they were going to make him like that, they should have done that before. You know?
I mean, they could have. I almost feel like they tried with whoever the guy was before him.
Pierce Brosnan.
And it just didn't pull it off well.
No, because even with him, they still went kind of campy, you know. That's what I liked about. That's what I liked about GoldenEye. It was kind of a throwback thing, and it had like Russians as the bad guys. I mean,
you gotta have Russians as the bad guy.
Xenia on the top.
Although the View to a Kill, they had one of the Bond girls was that. What's her name? The model.
Grace Jones.
Jones, yes.
Yeah. That was awesome, dude. She was like crazy.
She was crazy. She was cool, but to call her a Bond girl, 'cause I think she's hideous.
Yeah.
Like
she's very masculine.
Very masculine. Very angular features. And I'm like, really? You're wasting this? And he bangs the shit out of her on the blimp or whatever they were in.
What else was she? She was in
She was in a movie called Vamp.
That's not what I'm thinking of, though.
They were like vampire prostitutes. She was like the queen vamp. That was a cool movie. I guess she's a cool actress. I like her in everything I see her act in.
Yeah, like to me, it's like she's hilarious. Like the stuff like she brings to it, like it's like really funny. Like the stuff she does. She's like over the top crazy. Oh, she was in like the Conan movie. One of them, right?
Yeah, that's right. That is right. I forgot about that.
She was like a barbarian berserker thing in that too. Yeah, it was
very fitting.
It was her role, like exactly.
don't see her in anything anymore.
Nah, well, I mean, she's probably passed.
Right, she's got to be in her 60s by now.
Yeah.
I'm assuming, I don't know. I'm assuming she was 60 30 years ago.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, she couldn't have been because she was a supermodel, and there was no such thing as a supermodel in their 30s back then. I mean, that's a newer thing.
I guess that's the difference too. I mean, they're looking for different things in like supermodels and stuff now than they were then.
Yeah.
You know, so that same body type or whatever is not, you know.
Yeah, but you still see Christy Brinkley in things.
Yeah, I guess she was right around the same time.
It just depends if you want to. I mean, she might be big in other countries too. You don't know.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes these people just become popular in different countries. Like I was watching Full House last night, and Uncle Jesse, his song was number 99 in America, but he was number 1 in Japan.
Oh.
And he went over to Japan, and he was going to do a year-long tour, but the family didn't want to be gone that long, so
What are you doing?
he didn't. That asshole doesn't go to Japan. So as many cars on the road.
They wouldn't allow that car in Japan.
Did you ever see the streets in Japan, like the highways?
Yeah.
God, they're fucking fantastic, dude.
Yeah.
Because no one has a goddamn car.
Yeah.
So if you have a car, it's just open road. I mean, you get to work.
No, I take that back. I've seen it on like episodes of Top Gear and stuff.
Oh, okay.
They went out there and one of the episodes was like they were doing they do these races where like 2 of the guys will take like a mass transit thing, and the one guy will jump in a car and they'll race to wherever.
Nice.
So yeah, the one was like the James May and Richard Hammond, like they took the bullet train, and Jeremy Clarkson, he got in it was at the time it was like a new Nissan Z, and he drove it from like whatever town to wherever, and yeah, it was just like wide open for him. But granted, it's edited for TV and shit, but still, those are pretty cool. I like that show a lot.
What's that on?
It's on BBC.
Oh, okay.
But they show it on BBC America.
I don't watch BBC a whole lot, and I don't know why, because I like a lot of the stuff I see on it.
Yeah.
I don't watch Speed Channel a whole lot, but anytime I'm watching it, I catch myself.
Yeah.
Mostly because SpongeBob usually is on my television.
Right. Yeah, that kind of.
Yeah, the Nielsen ratings from my house, you know, Nickelodeon,
all day.
You know, Disney Channel.
Yeah, mine's been all Hub pretty much.
Hub, that was popular for a while.
Come into our.
Oh yeah, you have it now. It's probably. Oh, that's right. I forgot.
That's
My Little Pony all day, every day.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah.
That's all it is.
Go Little Ponies.
I like it though now because like we've got like a bunch of more like movie channels and stuff, so like I can.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I don't know. I can flip through.
TV is better the more channels you have. Because really, most of the channels are shit.
Yeah.
So by having more channels, you know, if you have 100 channels and there's only 3 good ones,
right.
300 channels gives you 9 good channels.
Yeah. Well, I mean, generally speaking, El Rey has been like the go-to
El Rey, right? Did I tell you about El Rey or what?
That channel is really
El Rey has been on my house a lot lately.
Yeah, he's
a lot.
Man, such a good channel.
Except the other day, they let me down.
Yeah.
I saw Night of the Comet was coming on TV. Love that fucking movie. I mean, God, since I was 7.
Yeah, that was it, man.
You know, and I was like, oh, and I went to put it on. Soccer was on. Not that I don't like soccer, because I do, but...
How was that on instead of the movie? What was the deal?
I don't know if it was a special event, whatever, but it was coming to an end. It was near the end of the game. They were in bonus time, so I was like, all right, it was going to end, and then maybe they'll go to... No, then they went to some other... They went to the making of the show that they have. Yeah. And I'm like, no.
Oh, yeah, that is disappointing.
And then it was disappointing because every commercial would come up, they were like, this month on El Rey, and they kept showing clips from Night of the Comet. Hey, son of a bitch. All right, May 8th, 1973, members of AIM, American Indian Movement, ended a 71-day siege of the site at Wounded Knee. Wounded Knee, 300 Sioux were massacred by the U.S. 7th Cavalry in 1890. AIM held 2 hostages during the siege from the office of the tribal president.
11 hostages, but...
What did I say?
2.
Ah, it's Roman numerals.
Yeah. I thought that's where you went with that.
There were 2 ones. There were
hostages, the sequel.
That's the Roman ending. Well, so that is a 2. There's a 2. 2 Sioux, maybe I saw that. I don't know. 2 Sioux men were shot to death, and a federal agent was paralyzed during the confrontation.
Yeah.
They weren't fucking around.
Yeah. And they wanted, they were having problems with like fair treatment and, their rights as, written down by like treaties and stuff they had with the U.S.
Well, that was a big time for them. That was like when Marlon Brando sent the Indian girl up to accept the award for him.
Yeah.
At the Oscars. It was that whole time period.
Yep.
Go Marlon. It ended after hostages were released and promises were made to investigate the Departments of Indian Affairs, and the Senate was to hold hearings about the treaties that had been violated between the U.S. and Indian nations. Do you like Indian museums and stuff like that? Seeing just whatever old
just artifacts.
Artifacts, yeah.
Oh yeah, I love museums just in general.
Ah, dude, there's a cool Indian museum down in Lewis, I believe.
Oh yeah.
You gotta check it out. Yeah, you should go one day. Got another good destination episode. My godfather knows the people that own the place.
Oh, that'd be perfect.
And yeah, they have a lot of really cool, really old stuff.
Yeah, I was thinking that we should hit museums.
Why not? Dude, there's enough of them around.
Yeah.
I mean, between Philadelphia and D.C., not that we have to go that far, but between those 2 cities.
Yeah. I mean, just along our thing,
we got our pick. Yeah.
Natural History Museum, Agriculture Museum.
Yeah. God, there's a ton of stuff.
Art Museum.
Smyrna Museum.
Yeah.
Did you ever go to the Smyrna Museum?
No.
It's alright. It's pretty neat.
Never been in there.
May 8th, 1988. Stella Nickel was convicted on 2 counts of murder. Let's deal with that. 1985. Go ahead.
Was the first to be convicted of murder through product tampering.
Really?
She took the idea from, there was that the Tylenol thing in Chicago years before that, where they poisoned the Tylenol bottles and they never found like who actually did that.
Oh yeah.
Well, she took that idea and decided she was going to murder her husband. So she took Excedrin capsules, emptied out the contents, and filled them with cyanide. Fed one to him. He dies in the hospital. But the doctors declare it, he died from emphysema.
And this is after she took out a life insurance policy.
Right.
In 85.
Yeah. So the life insurance policy, one of the stipulations was that if you got $100,000 more if you died accidentally, and murder is accidental. So if he was declared murdered, then she would have got $100,000 more. So since they declared it emphysema, she decides, well, I got to make this more of a thing. So she laced 3 more bottles and put them on store shelves.
Oh no!
Yeah. So a lady, 6 days later, Susan Snow, she had a habit of like taking Excedrin like in the morning because they had caffeine in them.
Right.
So she would take a couple of those, rather than drinking coffee. So yeah, she goes into the bathroom, pops a couple of those, then drops dead.
Oh.
They take her to the hospital. And, it's just nothing you can do. It's cyanide.
Wow.
And cyanide, it basically removes the ability of your body to use oxygen molecules from your blood. So you just kind of hyperventilate trying to recover, and your organs and everything start to break down because you're not getting oxygen.
It's gotta be a shitty way to go.
Yeah, quick, but shitty. Yeah.
So she called the police after hearing the story.
Yeah. So Nicole, she called the police after hearing the story, and she said, "Well, I think my husband died from."
I bet you do.
Poisoning too. It had to be the same thing because I just bought, Excedrin from some stores. So during like the investigation and stuff, they find 2 bottles in her house. She turns the 2 bottles over to him, and after they're through the course of investigation, they tested all these bottles, and they found 5 bottles total that were laced with cyanide, and 2 of them came from her house. That she said she bought from different stores in the area. So that, coupled with the daughter copped to the story too.
So the daughter knew her plan?
Yeah, apparently. She said
was
she
her
knew
husband the daughter's father?
I think so. Yeah.
Wow.
Like she had the daughter like real young, but yeah, it was a weird relationship between the 2 of them. But yeah, so the daughter, rather than being implicated, she came forward with what she knew about it. And they found like library books, checked out like the local library that they went to like the FBI.
Cyanide in you.
Well, they went, one was like human poisons and stuff. Like she had that one checked out, and they like hadn't returned it. And one of 2 of the other books in the library, they took fingerprints off of, and like her fingerprints were on like the page with like cyanide. But when they were doing the autopsy on Susan Snow, the nurse, when they opened like her stomach contents, she smelled like bitter almond smell, and apparently only 50% of the population can detect, but that's the smell of cyanide. So,
I'd like to know if I'm one of those people.
I don't want to get that close to cyanide.
Shit, my wife's gonna poison me one day.
Well, then you
can't get close to cyanide?
Well, you can, but
That's good.
I'm not
just get the book, Cyanide in You, and you'll know how to act around it.
Right.
You'll know how to act right around it. So she was given 2 90-year sentences.
Yeah.
She's eligible for parole in 2018. Destination show. Be there when she gets out.
And some people think, like, due to more recent evidence, they think that she's actually innocent.
Wow.
And it didn't say what the evidence was, but...
Huh. I don't know, from just what I've heard.
Yeah,
I have her guilty.
Yeah, and that's what they did. Yeah.
If I was on the
jury
panel.
But we know your take on jury duty anyway. They're pretty much going down, right?
What's that? Jury? Oh, yeah. Yeah, guilty.
Yeah.
Just so I wouldn't have to do it, but,
right.
Everyone is guilty. Everyone.
It's public record now. If there's ever a question.
There you go. No, I would, because I would, like I said, if I were on trial, I would hope there were decent-minded people, intelligent people with my life in their hands.
Yeah.
So if I had to do it, I would be fair, but I'd rather just not do it.
Yeah.
Especially where we live.
No, I'd rather do it, but just, I never get picked, so it doesn't matter. Never make it that far in the process.
Well, a new thing you have to fear in America is that we didn't have enough to fear in America.
Okay.
You now have to be afraid of ninjas.
Oh, great.
In Windermere, Florida, ninjas broke into someone's home. 3 ninjas. All dressed up like, ninjas, They held this couple at gunpoint. They held guns to their faces and said, "You're going to do everything we tell you to do, and you'll get out of here just fine." Yeah, so they robbed this couple. They were in their house for an hour with guns in their faces.
Yeah, ninjas took their time.
Ninjas supposed to be quick, fleet of foot, but I guess ninjas with guns.
Yeah, what kind of ninjas are those?
Phony ninjas. They took off in the couple's Mercedes, and then they called the cops. They let them live. They said, "Okay, we did everything we said. Didn't hurt them at all." But they found the car 3 miles down the road. I guess they just wanted enough to get away. take off their ninja garb. But I thought that was crazy that now we got to worry about ninjas.
That's always the thing. Like, I always used to like lock the like doors and stuff. Like when we were on a second floor and everything. And I was like, why? What are you afraid the ninjas are gonna break in? And apparently they are. So.
Do you remember Gabe's friend, David Pitcher Cooper?
I remember the name.
He lived on his street. They used to hang out with him a lot. This kid thought he was a ninja. He was so fucking annoying. Like, he really thought he was a ninja. He would tell everybody he was a ninja.
It was like his like next door neighbor, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that kid.
Hard to forget when you hate him that much. I got some game news.
Yeah.
Your Shaq Fu is coming out.
Yeah, it got funded. I saw that.
It got funded. They needed $450,000, and they got $473,000.
Wow.
So Shaq Fu. I was watching some of the clips from it.
Uh-huh.
The graphics seem pretty cool. You know?
Yeah.
I'm not going to buy the damn thing.
No.
But I thought it was going to be the same old crappy graphics, and they were just kind of renewing the whole thing. But Shaq Fu is coming out. The company is Big D's.
Shaq is back.
Shaq is back big time. And so is Pokemon. Not that they ever went away.
Yeah, I don't... Has that really faded that far?
In 2003, they came out with the Pokemon Ruby and Pokemon Sapphire. And that was their biggest Pokemon sale or saga, whatever, ever. You know, they did good with it. So Nintendo being Nintendo, because they're fucking idiots, they're now coming out with Pokemon Ruby Omega and Pokemon Sapphire Alpha.
So they just made the same game again?
It's the same fucking game. Same game, except it's going to be out on the 3DS and the Wii U. But it's the same. It's not like just another, you know, like we're always saying, oh, it's another Call of Duty, it's another Madden, and another Pokemon. It's the same fucking Pokemon. And they did the same thing before with Zelda. They brought out the same Zelda game.
Yeah,
I said, oh, it's in
fucking Ocarina of Time or whatever. It came out like fucking 27 goddamn times.
Yep.
For like every system they fucking ever made.
And they wonder why they're having problems.
Because they don't make new fucking games. They haven't made a new game since like the 80s.
They took a $229 million loss this quarter.
That's all on them. That's all on them.
That's all on them.
I have no fucking pity for them at all.
And the thing is, with Nintendo, I mean, that's a true loss because their whole thing is they've never worked with loans or funding. They've always had the cash in-house. Everything they've always done, and that's kind of how they pride themselves. But so they lost 220. They even projected a loss, but they didn't project it to be that. Much money.
You know what? Come out with something new. You know, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. They need to just make games, and that's it. Mm-hmm. Stop making these stupid fucking systems and just make games.
Well, that was part of the article I read. They said that analysts are saying that they will be selling their games on phones and tablets soon. That they're kind of leaning that way.
That's because their games don't have any graphics that exceed the limits of phones or tablets anymore.
Exactly.
Because they haven't made a new fucking game.
Exactly. Now here's the thing: the Wii U, they already came out. They had their initial sale, which wasn't very good at all. But they had it. Your hardcore gamers, your hardcore Nintendo people bought them. I don't say hardcore gamers, but you have Nintendo lovers. They bought them up. They still think that they are going to sell 3.6 million Wii U's between now and March of next year.
That's possible. There's a whole nother Christmas season.
Yeah.
Put them on sale. Yeah,
I guess if they drop the price enough, but I just don't even think kids are going to want them.
I don't know. Dude, the price is just too high for what it is.
Yeah.
And that's the same shit that was for the original Wii.
And this summer they are coming out with, the Pokemon ones are coming out in the fall. I think October or November. But before then, they're coming out with another Mario Kart 8, and another Smash Brothers. This is all they fucking do, man.
Yeah.
And they used to be remember Nintendo was the shit.
Yeah.
I mean, they were unique. They came out with when Nintendo first came out, it was like the thing of the future.
Right.
They had the friggin' gun to shoot your TV with.
Well, that's been their play for like the entire run of all their systems.
That's all it's ever been the last 30 years.
Little gimmicky like fucking things, guns and fucking robots and
Wiimotes,
running pads and fucking 4-player LED fucking bullshit things.
Mm-hmm.
It's just non-stop with them. That's all they do is come up with that kind of garbage. That's fine. I mean, but why innovate that? Why take the hit on yourself and just innovate that stuff independently and sell it?
Right.
You know?
Right.
What are you doing?
Make that stuff available for other systems.
Yeah.
And you'll sell it. You know, like Rock Band, they had that for every system.
Right.
And if you wanted it, you bought their hardware, and out you came. There's a Romanian kid, college student, Ionut Budistianu. I don't know how to say his name. College kid in Romania.
Okay.
And he just won the grand prize for the 2013 International Science and Engineering Fair. He made a kit that transforms a normal car into an autonomous car. The cool thing about it is that right now, to turn a car to be autonomous, it costs you $75,000.
Yeah.
He was able to do it for $4,000.
I love this kid.
Right? They said even 10 years from now, when that's going to be an option on a car that you buy, to like an upgrade, that upgrade is going to cost you $7,000 to $10,000. And so this kid, what he did was, he was taking an online class at Stanford University, and they were talking about it, and they have a car at Stanford University, an autonomous car. And I guess they went in to talk. I don't know what class it was he was taking.
Which, incidentally, classes at Stanford University, I'm pretty sure at Stanford, you can take their classes online for free, any of their classes.
Really?
And all their books and stuff are available online, so...
Do you get credit for it?
I don't know if you get credit for it, but, I mean, you can...
Yeah, if you feel like educating yourself about something.
You know?
I don't fucking credit for it, though.
Oh, my degree.
Yeah, damn right.
Oh, my baby.
Free college education. But anyway, they have a car there, and that car has driven 500,000 miles, 0 accidents.
Yeah.
So he thought, now this kid, he also hates driving. He has like a fear of driving.
Okay.
So he thought between hearing that the car didn't get any accidents and he doesn't like to drive, he wanted to turn his car into one. So he gave himself a $5,000 limit to see if he could do it. And he ended up doing it for $4,000. I thought that was pretty badass, man.
That is really badass.
They said, they think this kid's going to have a lot of job offers waiting for him when he gets out of school.
Sure, yeah.
You know?
Especially if that's something that interests him, you know? That's the way everything's going. I'm happy about that. Fucking A, make it cheaper, man.
You also have to wonder if they'll be able to offer it on cars sooner because of that.
Yeah.
But they're certainly not going to be able to charge $7,000 to $10,000 for it now.
No, not if...
if this kid can do it, if this kid did it for $4,000...
From Romania.
A company, yeah. GM can do it for fucking $500, you know? So they'll still charge you what they want to charge you.
Yeah,
They'll say, go ahead, build your own autonomous car then.
It won't be legal, that'll be the other thing. They'll make it illegal for you to...
do you have a license to do that? No, didn't think so.
Is that done by a dealer or whatever? Yeah.
No.
They'll pull you over every time. People will be putting dummies in the driver's seat.
That'd be awesome for this, though, the commute.
Yeah.
We can just sit back. We can take the front seats out. Chill on the bench seat in the back, Couple drinks.
Martinis.
Fuck yeah. UPS recently fucked up.
Oh, yeah?
They were delivering a government drone it was supposed to go to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration's Stellwagen Bank National Marine Sanctuary in Massachusetts.
Fuck. That's a mouthful. All right.
Well, they accidentally sent the package to a college kid. So
it was really expensive too, wasn't it? It was like over like $1 million or something, right?
They didn't say how much. They did say it was expensive. What I read, they didn't give a price.
Okay.
There's one of 8 boxes that were getting. There's 8 boxes that were getting delivered, and all 8 boxes make up this drone. He got one of the boxes, and he got the wings and the camera. So what it was a safe drone. It was drone. It's essentially a flying camera.
Yeah,
is what this thing was, and they're using it to study the ocean. So he got it. Instead, they said they're not sure what happened. Like, the label was made out to him.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he said that he thinks, UPS thinks that a label on a package for him came off and got put on this package.
Right.
But here's the thing. He said he only had ordered one thing. He was waiting on a weight bench. And he received a weight bench the same day. So he just thought at first this other box was part of the weight bench.
Thing.
But if you ordered one thing and his sticker was on his weight bench, how did another sticker get put on here? And it's not like if you peeled it off, there was a government address
like a
underneath
double print
it
or something.
Yeah, and it got thrown on this package. Funny if the oceanography place got a weight bench.
Right.
And the drone's here.
What the fuck is this?
But they're looking into what happened because,
well, yeah,
they're going to find this out.
It can't be unreliable. I mean,
but the kid was real cool about it. I mean, I might have been tempted to keep the shit. Like, let them come to me.
Yeah.
At least. But now he called them up. He's like, I don't think this is for me. And he handed it over to him, and he talked to the government talked to him, and they talked to UPS, and supposedly he's on his way back to him. But they didn't say, this is what pissed me off, they didn't say anything about giving this kid a reward or anything like that.
Yeah.
Even though he only had one of the 8 boxes, you pretty much fucked, you don't have the wings with the camera on a flying camera. Yeah,
it's not much of a drone there.
It's not much of a flying camera. But I think they should. I think they should give this kid some kind of money just for being cool.
Yeah.
Give him something. I don't know. It doesn't have to be money, but...
Yeah, let him name the first fucking starfish you find.
Yeah, or name the fucking drone after him.
Right, yeah.
It's a Puma drone. Now call it, didn't give the kid's name, but... call it the Freddie Wilson drone or whatever.
Right.
The hell. So check out your UPS stuff.
Hey, you could have a drone part.
Have a drone part. We also knows what else you can find,
Yeah.
I was excited. I think there's a package waiting for me today.
They never deliver that shit to my house, though. I always got to go to the post office.
No way, man.
Yep.
The only stuff I ever used to get delivered to a post office. More post office stories. When I was a teenager, they had that Columbia House club you can join. And you would get like 12 free cassettes, and then you had to buy, 5 more from them, and then you get 8 more free.
Yeah, a friend of mine, man, that's all he did was he signed up like all his family members, dogs, cats.
Well, I had, my mom wouldn't let me do that, right? Like, I had a membership to the club, but she never would have let me done it under a fake name.
Yeah.
But we did have a post office box, because originally when we moved to where we lived, they didn't deliver mail. So we had to have a post office box. So they started delivering it, but for whatever reason, they still kept the post office box. They never really checked it. They might check it once a month.
Yeah.
So to see how stupid they were, or just how much they didn't give a fuck, I ordered a whole bunch of these subscriptions under famous rock stars' names. Jimi Hendrix, Jim Morrison, Keith Richards, and I got every package.
It's ridiculous.
I got so many cassettes out of this, and I would go every day if I knew a shipment was coming, because I wanted to make sure, I grabbed it. But one day my mom went up there, and she beat me to it, and there was a box there for Robert Smith, singer of The Cure. Normally she might have said Robert Smith, that's a bland name, but she knew I really liked The Cure, so she knew the name. And she came home and freaked the hell out on me. I was like, well, I don't care, Mom. I'm still going to pay for it. It's just my way of getting, 5 subscriptions.
Yeah, I just wanted more of their stuff.
You know, doing it 5 ways. And she went nuts. So then she calls up Columbia House and said, you know, we are not going to be responsible for these. We're not paying. This was a minor that you sold this stuff to, and you're not supposed to be selling shit to minors. So suck it. And they're like, that's cool.
Yeah,
they're like, whatever. And she let me keep the tapes.
Yeah,
that was cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
I was like, sweet. But yeah,
that was a really strange like company and all of that stuff. I mean, are they still around, Columbia House? I
think
can't
they
imagine
have
what they do.
DVD club.
Yeah,
right now.
True. Guess they got to go from one medium to the next.
Because I know Disney, like has a club like that.
Yeah.
It's expensive as shit though.
Yeah.
But I think that's run by Columbia House.
Oh, okay.
If I'm not mistaken. But no, they want like $30 a DVD.
Yeah, it's
you know, you get 4 free and you only have to buy 4 more.
Well, that's how many of those stupid Disney things are now. Like, you go back and, like, if you don't get them the day they come out, those fucking things are like $30, $40.
Well, because they're gone. And then once they're gone, they're gone. They put them in the vault.
Fuck their vault. What the hell's wrong? Why do they get a vault?
Yeah, you go looking. I went looking for a while, and, you hear I was coming out of the vault. I just thought that used to mean they were going to reissue it.
Right.
Like, you know, make it better or whatever. But no, man, when they say they say the vault's closed, off the fucking shelves for 7 years. Because I went looking because I love Nightmare Before Christmas, and my daughter started growing up and she loved it. And I was like, all right, we just got to buy this movie.
Yeah.
Couldn't find it. It's on eBay for like $50. I'm thinking, what the hell? So finally, I'm like, you know what? If I find it anywhere, it's going to be at Disney.
Yeah.
You know, the Disney store. So I go to the Disney store. I'm like, oh, you know, do you have any copies of Nightmare Before Christmas? They were like, oh, no. I'm like, well, can you order me a copy? Because I want to buy it. No. No? What do you mean, no? It's in the vault right now. I said, what the fuck is the vault? I'm in Disney. She's like, well, the movie comes out for a certain amount of time, and it gets put back in the vault for 7 years. No one can buy it for 7 years. And that's their way of fucking holding it away from you. Yeah. So when they do release it out of the vault, people buy it up like mad. That's right. They're like, it's going to be, they're like, let me check. And I get on their little computer, and they said, oh, that's going to be coming out in about a year and a half. Would you like to pre-order it? Pre-order it? Bro, fuck, I might be dead in a year and a half. I'm not giving you my money now. You know, you wacky Mickey bitch. You're out of your mind. So when it was coming out, I did pre-order it from Best Buy because, God forbid, I couldn't get my hands on it. I'm done. Well, if it's sold out, it's sold the hell out.
That's crazy.
Look what I see now. They have the Jungle Book coming out.
Right.
Releasing it from the vault. The first time it's been digitally mastered. That movie's a piece of shit anyway. Maybe you changed it too.
Fuck you, Baloo.
I hope they have him eating all the animals. Rolling that snake over a nice fire.
Yeah, I never did like that one.
Nah, I mean, I liked it as a kid because it was talking animals, but then as you get older,
I don't even think I liked it as
you can't enjoy it. It's just,
they did that cartoon though after that, Tailspin, where he was like he was a pilot. Baloo was a pilot.
Oh, that's right, that was him.
Yeah.
That was him. I used to watch that. Tailspin was cool.
That was a great show.
Fucking DuckTales, man. DuckTales was shit.
They just made a new DuckTales game.
What?
Yeah, it came out on Steam, I think.
I used to sing that fucking song.
Yeah.
DuckTales. That was the shit, man. Love me some DuckTales.
Yeah, it's a great show. Except later on, when they added, they fucked it all up. They added in that stupid, there was some other duck, like some kind of...
Like a cousin duck or something?
Yeah, it was some kind of fucking superhero thing.
I don't remember that.
I don't know. I didn't really like the idiot pilot guy either.
Darkwing?
Yeah.
Darkwing Duck?
Yeah.
Oh, he was alright. I like Darkwing Duck.
Yeah, that was not my thing.
Darkwing. Let's see. Romania. Houston, Texas.
What's with the ominous look? What's going on in Houston, Texas?
In the Woodland Heights area of Houston, Texas, they currently have a serial pooper going around.
A what?
A serial pooper. There's a guy who goes around at nighttime, pooping on your driveway or your lawn or your sidewalk.
What?
He even got one house 6 times so far.
Holy cow.
Yeah, and they have him on camera. Pooping. He's behind one of the people's bushes. He's pooping. They said that what he does is he gets a paper towel, wipes his ass, and then leaves it on the sidewalk. Like that's just like his calling card, you know? But yeah, so they're looking for him. They said even when they get him, he's going to get they can charge him for like lewd conduct or something like that, but he's not going to get anything too serious.
Right.
Just for pooping on people's lawns. But I just thought that was awesome, man. A serial pooper. Like this guy attacks with poop, and you never know if you're going to have people poo in your driveway. Just the idea, like that's his thing. You know, what should I do? I want to cause some mischief.
I know what I'd make myself.
I am going to poo on people's driveways. And to just wipe with one paper towel?
I don't know.
You know he's got some dirty drawers when he gets home.
Yeah, you would think.
Like,
somebody as practiced as that.
So in Houston, Texas, if you live in Woodland Heights, watch where you step. When you wake up in the morning to go to your car.
It could be a poopist. Alright.
In Denver, cops are looking for their very first pot thieves. It's now illegal to steal pot.
Okay.
Because pot is legal. These couple of guys went in and stole $12,000 worth of plants from the Chronic Therapy Grow House. It ended up being 25 plants. It took them 30 minutes to get those plants. I don't know if you got to get them out, like they're hard to pull out or hard to cut, or they're big. Maybe they got to like put them in big bags, or maybe they're breaking them down so they didn't walk out with 25 giant bushes.
But how are you fucking around for 30 minutes?
30 minutes, that's what I'm saying. And they have them on camera as well. They said, they seem pretty professional. It's a family-owned business. But they said those plants alone that they lost set them back 3 to 6 months.
Huh.
Isn't that crazy? 25 plants set them back that long.
Yeah.
But yeah, they said it's the first investigation of theft of plants that they've had now that it's legal. And the cops said, we're just going to treat it like any other theft. It's going to be business as usual.
Yeah.
We're not going to make it a priority. We're not going to put it at the bottom of the list like, oh, it was pot.
Yeah.
It's just like if someone stole your bike. And look into it and try to catch the guys.
The fact that those have a value, now it's like...
Yeah, you can actually put a value on it now.
Right.
Before they used to say street value.
Right.
And they always bump that up.
Yeah.
They're like, oh man, someone stole 5 joints. It had a street value of $20,000. No, shut up. 20 joints cost that. So they're looking for them for theft and damage. They damaged the place. I don't know if they did extra damage or just from breaking into the place.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's going on with that?
It's interesting.
And in Clayton Lockett. What do you think of that whole thing? The prisoner from Oklahoma that they were sentencing to death. Did you hear anything about that?
Oh, and his vein collapsed or something?
They didn't have the drug in the vein.
Yeah.
And when they went to give the second drug, and it was 3 doses they give you, they realized it wasn't in his veins, so the drug was just kind of like going through his body.
Yeah.
So they go to stop it, and he starts seizing, going crazy, and he ended up having a heart attack and dying.
Yeah.
In 10 minutes. There was someone else they were supposed to put to death that day, but he got a 2-week stay because of all this.
Well, they put a moratorium for 6 months now.
What they do?
There's a moratorium on.
Oh yeah.
On
death penalty.
On execution. For 6 months.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I think that was new today.
Oh shit. Yeah, because I got this yesterday.
Yeah.
They did say Obama is asking the Attorney General Eric Holder to review the use of the death penalty.
Yeah.
So what? They're not going to put people to death ever again? they might say, you know what, we don't do the death penalty anymore.
Right.
Fuck no, man. Look, if they thought this guy, he did something bad enough where they were going to kill him,
Right.
You know, they did the job. The guy died.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. There's the question of if you're trying to have I mean, the idea is to have a civilized society, and you're putting people to death. That's not really a civilized society. That's no different than smashing somebody's head with a rock.
No, I agree.
You know, I don't know.
I
don't agree with it. I don't think there should be a death penalty, but
I don't agree with the death penalty until I put myself in the view of these people.
Exactly. I mean,
you know, like if someone were to murder my fucking kid, or my wife, or you know, anybody, yeah,
just like anything else.
I'd want to be the guy flipping the switch.
Right.
You know, so that's why I don't say I'm for it. I don't say I'm against it. You know, but what I say is, if you're going to have it, and you're putting someone to death, it's because you killed somebody. Kill them in the same way. Or let the family do it. This way there's no, you know, people wanted it done.
Yeah.
Hey, fucking let them do it.
I don't know. It's just...
And you think twice.
That's almost even worse, though.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's the next level. It definitely is. I mean, it's going beyond.
Yeah, you're going back to, like...
But
Hammurabi or something.
I don't care. Like I said, if someone were to hurt anybody I loved...
Yeah.
I would want to do the same, if not more. I'd be pissed off that they're getting away with a painless death.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, why
they're not being punished in jail.
Yep.
Which to me is worse. That's why they shouldn't have it. You're going to rot in jail for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
No parole, no nothing like that.
Well,
you're in jail the rest of your life.
I don't know. I mean, I think there's an idea of what jail and prison is like, but again, to actually like be in that situation of imprisonment or jailed, I think it's a lot worse than it's perceived.
Oh,
I mean,
I don't perceive it as a good thing.
Yeah, but I mean, people see it as, oh yeah, you get TV and weight benches and stuff.
No, man.
But to me, it's not any jail I've ever seen. I mean, it looks like a fucking horrible place to be. Like, I mean,
the rooms are small. Did you ever take a tour of a prison?
No, I've never taken a tour of it.
We did a tour of a prison, and they locked us in the cell, and they're like, "You're spending the rest of your life here. How's that feel?" And dude, it was a tight fucking space, man. Yeah. It was like 4x8. Fuck. No way, man.
Yep. Yeah, it's crazy.
But
now there's a couple of like Louis Theroux did a few documentaries where he goes into different prisons and talks to, goes into the cells, talks with the prisoners and stuff, people on death row and everything. That one's really cool.
But yeah, I just think, I wish we would have brought this up earlier.
Yeah.
you know, maybe we'll make it for a topic on the next show. Yeah.
But we got that, and we got time travel to talk about too.
Yes, we'll do a time travel show and a death penalty show. We'll get deep. We're going to get deep here on the commute soon. So you're not going to want to miss it. Make sure you follow us, like, and subscribe on Facebook and YouTube. You can follow us at Twitter at DriverPassenger. Send us an email at thecommutepodcast@comcast.net. And check out our website, 2commute.com. That's TWO commute.com. Hope to see you soon.